Hello, welcome to another edition of our profound discussion. And today we are discussing wars. We had been discussing a series which is we are doing on war, and today we are discussing the Great War of Kurukshetra. And this war has a tremendous impact on our tradition and a few cultures, teachings also, because when we discuss Kurukshetra, the Great War, which is a Mahabharata, then we also discuss and we also understand the whole essence of Gita, the way of living. That is what Mahabharata has given. And as everybody knows that wars are definitely a very painful experience for every civilization, for every human, and of course animals also, because a few other animals also participate in the war. And the loss of war, the loss of life, the loss of economy, and there's a lot of bad things which happens in the war. But at the same time, if you see a very small window, there's a window where there is we say inventions, there is a kind of mass production, the innovation in the supply chain, all that is also being enhanced because somehow the war also brings development, the understanding, the progress. That is what it's being discussed and mentioned in many of the strategies of war. Now, coming back to the Great War of Kurukshetra, it has a far-reaching effect on Indian subcontinent, and this is there are many kings who fought this war. There are many kings and many parties, if I can say. They were directly involved in Mahabharata, but there are many parties or many kings or kingdoms who wanted to solve the scores with each other, and they also participated in this war. Now, this is a majestic war, and this is let us actually dive deep and find out the causes of the war. And the one final point which comes among all is that of complex relationship, and the war was really what we say is quite inevitable if you really do some analysis. So it is a conflict of ancient Indian epic, and this war took place between two groups, or we can say two groups of families. One is Kauravas and the one is Pandavas. And what was the cause? They all wanted to acquire the throne of Hastinapur. The war is said to be occurred in the region of Kurukshetra, which is present-day Haryana in India. The Mahabharata lasted for 18 days. And there are numerous, as I told you, kingdoms and warriors across Indian subcontinent. Some are from Middle East also, if you go deep into the war of Mahabharata. So they all came together, and the war, we see the participation of legendary figures, which include Dronacharya, Bhishma, Arjuna, and Krishna. So this conflict actually was intense battle, and there was a lot of strategies which were followed in this war. So let us discuss a few aspects, because as I told you, this war lasted for 18 days. The first day war actually where the Pandavas actually have suffered a lot, and this first day war actually resulted into the death of Uttar, the brother of Uttara, and Uttara was the wife of Abhimanyu. The second day war actually brought losses of Kaurava, and there was few defeats, and with the intervention of Bhim, things became more critical for Kaurava. The third day war as it is mentioned in the books, is the day where the celestial weapons were used. Bhim hit the Duryodhana and his chariot, and then again the participation of Bhishma, and again it was quite a furious war. The Arjuna actually was also participated, and there was a lot of Kauravas armies bloodshed was done. On the fourth day of Mahabharata, the Bhishma advised Duryodhana to find out peace, and there was a few aspects of discussion so that peace can be attained, but that all went in vain. And again there was there was a war, there was a fight which was fought, and there's a lot of loss of lies on the fourth day. When we come towards the fifth day, then the battle resumed again, and there was a lot of suffering, and there was attack on Bhishma. Arjun also fought and killed thousands of soldiers, and sent Duryodhana. Duryodhan also was attacked, and there was really a great fight on the fifth day. The sixth day is marked as a remarkable slaughter in the army, and Dronacharya caused immense loss of life in Pandavas' army. And at the end, though the war was halted due to defeat of Kauravas, on the seventh day, again, there's the reversal of the war, and that is marked as the victory of Kauravas. The eighth day is again marked as the defeat of Kauravas, as Bhim, the mighty and the powerful, who killed 17 sons of Dhritarashtra. So again, it is a remarkable, or maybe a very important day in the war. And on the sixth day, the Bhishma advised Yudhishthira to use Shikhandi, and I'll not go in the detail of Shikhandi because in olden days the women, the men were not able to, the women were not be part of the war, but Shikhandi actually faced Bhishma, and he shielded Krishna, and this is how Bhishma took the arrows, and again there was a slaughter. On the 10th day, there's a day is the day of death of Bhishma, and that was a great loss in for Kauravas. And so this is a kind of a turning point in the war of Mahabharata. And on 11th day, Arjun defeated Dronacharya. And the 12th day, again there's a big war. And when we come, the Arjun also managed to defeat by the afternoon many more soldiers, many more adhiratis. On 13th day is the day of death of Abhimanyu, which is being mentioned in Mahabharata in a detail, and that was again a turning point when we see in the camp of Pandavas. And on the 14th day, coming a little forward, Karna also lost this war, and he was also killed at the same time. 14th day, the Ghatochka is also being used in the war, who was the son of Bhim. On the 15th day, Dhritarashtra killed Dronacharya, and on the 16th day, the Bhim killed Dushasan. On the 16th day, it was again a very special turning point in the war of Mahabharata. And little coming forward, on the 18th day, the day of death of Duryodhana, and this is how the war is being fought for 18 days, and later on that all resulted into the victory of Pandavas. Now, we should also remember to discuss the aftermath of the war. Ultimately, the Pandavas emerged as victorious in the war and resulted near total destruction of both side army, loss of countless lives, and Mahabharata also is a backdrop of Bhagavad Gita, as I mentioned in the earlier in my discussion. So only 5 Pandavas were able to survive after the war, and Shri Krishna, Satyaki, Ashwathama, Kripacharya. These people survived, and later on Yudhishthira became the crowned as a king of Hastinapur, and he ruled for 36 years. And later on, he left the Hastinapur and the crown given and gave Arjun's grandson Parashit, and Parashit became the king after the demise of Krishna. So and then he all five warrior, the great warrior, left to the Himalayas, including Draupadi also. So in a way, now coming back to the cause and the teaching of Mahabharata is that definitely war is fought, but to restrain, to the negativity, to uphold the dharma. That is where we see Mahabharata as a war. So, going little deep in Mahabharata, we will also want to mention. I will also want to mention that somehow last time we discussed 10 king war, the Mahabharata was also a kind of an extension, or maybe the seed was already sowed in the 10 king war, and later on it resulted in a big war, which is Mahabharata. So because the clan, the people, and the lineage of 10 king war in the antiquity also with the same lineage and the people fought the Mahabharata. So this is a war which has a high impact on Indian culture, Indian subcontinent, and we still discuss the stories about Mahabharata, the teaching which Krishna actually dictated to Arjuna in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So this is definitely a very important war from our history, and I would like to hear from you or something which you want to add on to this war. Regarding this war, I will be happy to know. So this is something which I want to add on and I want to discuss, though time and again Mahabharata has been discussed, but one point which I actually want to discuss with you is that Mahabharata actually created has a far-reaching effect on our culture. We may get into AI, we may get into modern technological development, but the teaching, the causes, the analysis which we can do regarding Mahabharata will remain forever for the people to come after us and for a long time. So look forward for your comments, and we'll meet you again with another topic. Till then, bye-bye.